Hey everyone, just wanted to pop in real quick and just give you a short tutorial on what to expect when it comes to using your appliances, your hair dryers, your curling irons, while we travel to Europe. And I wanted to kind of give you the differences about an adapter versus a converter. They're not the same thing. Sometimes that terminology is mixed. And so I want to definitely give you a visual of what you need to do and give you some personal recommendations based on what I prefer when I travel. So we're going to be in Switzerland, Germany, France, and Netherlands. Our hotels in Switzerland and in Netherlands both will use the European adapter plug. So they have a different plug than the US. In the US, I have you know what a US plug looks like. Has the two flat prongs, right? Okay. The outlets in Europe have two round plugs. Their prongs are round. So our US flat horizontal will not fit into the round horizontal in Europe, okay? So we need to adapt our plug, or we need to convert our plug so that it can go into the outlet. Does that make sense? So we're going to have something like this. This is a European plug adapter. So it's got the European plug on this side, which I would plug into my wall at my hotel in Switzerland, at my hotel in Amsterdam. And then I'm going to take my US plug, my hair dryer, whatever it is, and I'm going to stick it into this end. Do you see it has that? So now this end of it looks like the US outlet, doesn't it? So you've adapted the European outlet to the US outlet so that your US North American appliance plugs will fit into the wall, just like that, okay? So it is not a currency converter. An adapter that's adapting the shape of the plug and the outlet to your appliance does not convert the voltage. All of our appliances in the US, we operate on a 110 voltage system, hair dryers, curling irons, whatever that would be. In Europe, they do 220. I don't know, I'm not an electrician, but I am smart enough to realize if I plug in a 110 piece of equipment into a 220 voltage, it's going to fry this equipment, right? So we don't want that to happen. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can either purchase a very bulky, I don't like these because they're very bulky. You can actually purchase a voltage converter. That's the different terminology. Remember, a lot of times these are called converters as well because you're only converting the plug. You're adapting and converting the plug. So when you're buying a piece of equipment like this, you can get them at Best Buy, you can get them at any kind of electronic place. Make sure when you're looking for a converter that converts voltage, they're always going to be bigger and bulkier. Sometimes this one's not too heavy, but it's just bulky. This is taking up valuable space in my suitcase. I don't like that. But what it would do it would give you the, there's different ways of doing this. This specific one is for Europe. It's got the European plugs. And then I would plug, there's a whole bunch of different adapters back here I can use, but it would actually convert 220 to 110. And then when I plug my appliance in, it should protect that, okay? So here's my thought on this. I don't like this. I'm going to have a travel hair dryer anyway, if I take my own hair dryer, and I'm going to take my own curling appliance, right? What I have done and I like better is instead of trying to figure out how to pack this and all that good stuff, you know, right? I have opted to actually purchase products here in the US that actually are 110 to 240. Okay, so this appliance, when you look at the information actually on the product, it says voltage HZ 110-240. So that tells me that this appliance is created to convert automatically the electric current that is going through this. I have used this curling iron multiple times internationally, so it has not fried, it works. So this is what I do. I prefer just to take this, all right? If I were to take a hair dryer, this is the one I would take. I usually just use the hotels because I don't have to pack this either. This is another variation that you can look for in any appliance. If it's not automatically noting that 110, 220 on the appliance itself, on that little technical piece right there, that white, it doesn't say it there. A lot of times it will have a switch. This one has a switch between 110 and 220. So I can travel with this in the United States. And when I go to Europe, I just flip that over to the 220 and I'm good to go. I plug it right in. I use my adapter. I plug it into the wall and I just plug this I'm ready to go. All right. So hopefully that helps you. A couple other tips on this is any of your cell phone, iPhone products, they are already, their plugs have the not currency converter, the electric converter, the voltage converter, they are already in there. So your cell phones and your iPads, 99.9% of the time, they should be fine just to plug into your adapter straight into the wall like this. Okay. You shouldn't need any kind of, you don't have to worry about these. Everything else you would need a voltage converter, but your iPhone products and things like that, you should be good on. One thing that I do recommend, just because, you know, unless you want to buy a bunch of these, what Grant and I do is we actually take, we just get like one of these plugs that you get, you know, you have at home. We plug that in, and now I have three prongs with me. I can plug 2 iPhones in. I can pull this out, move it wherever I need to move it. I can get ready with 2 or 3 plugs. Okay. So to me, I would rather have this and use it, have multiple outlets than just this. So that's the way I do this. So hopefully that helps you. If you have any questions, of course, just leave a comment. I also always send a very great YouTube video that's much better than this one, with some more details and some more instructions on what that looks like for other countries, even besides Europe. Okay. But for this purpose of this video and our group, we're just talking about the European outlet today. Thanks so much. Have a great day.